Yo, what's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Bloody Apocalypse. We are just one more show away from Devastation Zero. I'm the boss and the head motherfucker in charge. My name's Joey the Roy. I'm an inspirational genius and a true visionary. And so, let's start the opening bout. Now, we got 8 fantastic matches. In our opening bout, it is Gridiron. The charismatic wonder goes one-on-one with Jackson Marsh, submissions only. We got our tables as Danity Gray teams up with, you guessed it, Affability Infestation to face Juliana Ramirez and the Benevolent let's consider them the Revolution Uprising facing the Infestation Invasion. Let's get to our third bout. It is Envious Diamonds as the Alpha Tiger will battle the apocalyptic torture Ryan Osborne and the Necromancer. Last man standing secures the victory. Fourth bout. Now we get to the Psycho Serpent and Extreme Grizzly, 2/3 of the Carnivorous Kingdom, as they go toe-to-toe with Minnesotauros of the Hordes of Taurus. Now let's get to our fifth bout. And it's Pentagon Splitters. It is the last vixen standing who will secure the victory. Jessica Kelly returns, facing Kylie Price, Alexia Deeber, Greta Lockett, and Lexi Destiny. It's tables match. Let's get to our sixth fight. Callum Sullivan and Greta the Gruul will be battling the defending champion Shock Vol Blade in a Ménage à Trois bloodbath. And it's gonna be for the Voodoo Championship. On to our penultimate bout, we got Max Morgan, Plymouth Mahler, and the Phantom Nightmare battling Toro. Toro will be pulling double duty. Wait a second. No, he's not. Because guess what? We're gonna switch things around, shall we? And of course, we almost forgot. The Voodoo Championship. The Bloodlust Championship will be defended this Friday. And back to the 7th bout as Kyrian Severance will be replacing defending Bloodlust champion Toro in a fatal 4-way to determine who will battle the latter at Devastation Zero. Let's get to our main event. It's Gridiron, Vixen's Action, Frankie Welch, Lara Layton, one-on-one. So with the introductions out of the way, let's begin. Now, as you can see, we are live in Tucson, Arizona.
Hi, honey. He is Drag Queen Ryan, and we're live at Skid Row with yet another exciting episode of
We're not at Skid Row.
Honey, we are live at Skid Row. And, of course, we're starting off the bout as usual.
Well, anyways, we start with a cage bout. Charismatic Wonder, Jackson Marsh, one-on-one. It's a rivalry, and the blood is out for 2 men who want to tear each other apart, heading into Devastation Zero. And so, it is submissions only at Attitude Sports Entertainment. Let's start this motherfucking shit. And Alabaster Hardigan officiated the bout. Alabaster ring that motherfucking bell. And the fight is on, boys. Jackson gets an early advantage with a clothesline. Jackson continues with a series of strikes. And he's continuing dominating the charismatic one.
That's right, the way it should be. And, oh, shut up, you peasant.
And Jackson goes on the offensive. He was mostly looking over the charismatic water who counters with a beautiful cross body.
Oh, that was quick.
No, fuck you, Ryan. And Water fights back against Jackson Mark. So looks like one shot is still hard, Ryan.
That is one shot. The charismatic water. They're getting around, had it. That's right, Jackson. Go.
And Jackson locked in the... Oh, he's got the Indian death lock. Water won't be submitting.
Who left?
Water back to his feet, and Jackson sends Water to the ropes. With a hard... Oh, look at this.
That is... Listen to these morons go Jackson by. He's a real champion.
Jackson is not champion, Ryan. Now, Eddie keeps on the offensive. Tyrus Boulevard moonsault countered by the charismatic Water who stepped out of the way. Jackson hits the cage hard. Here's Water. And here's the... Oh, he's using the cage to his advantage.
This is awesome.
Go to hell, Ryan. Now, Water, okay. Beautiful poison, Hurricanrana.
Oh, no, this is ridiculous.
Water goes to the big rope avenue. He takes Jackson Marsh down, and here's a power bomb counting the Hurricanrana for the charismatic. Jackson Marsh is down. And yo, what's going on? Bring us in time for Alice's Sports Entertainment at its finest.
Yeah, we're live once again to see Jackson Marsh getting out-handed by the charismatic wonder, which the fans are probably kissing ass.
And I don't know what kind of match you're watching, Ryan, but what I'm seeing is Jackson up the Big Rope Avenue, fighting back. A hard clothesline off the top, and the Water whips out. This is awful. Now here's a Hurricanrana. There's Jackson Marsh. Jackson with a series of strikes early on, but the charismatic Water counters. Here's Water. And he wants to break the elbow.
Oh, well done. It's crazy well. Wow, Jackson Marsh is getting shot.
Right, shot. Okay. Now, anyways, Jackson, oh, we have a beautiful fire to carry. Water goes over the Irish Boulevard, and beautiful swan dive.
Talk about showboat.
No, it's not. Fuck you. It's part of the bout.
You know what's also part of the bout? Jackson Marsh wins.
You know these matches are pretty turbo, right?
Not by attitude sponsor of payment standards. Especially when you have a bunch of jack-offs for producers. Ivan Remington, I don't know who's another, but I know. Drake Stallion, who's the other producer.
Oh, beautiful execution by the charismatic Wonder.
Time about show off
And back to Irish Boulevard and a punch to Phoenix and Jackson goes out of the way. And Jackson with a monkey split.
That's right, Jackson. Fuck him up. Beat him down. Mention that little bastard doesn't make it to Devastation Death.
Ryan, you can go to hell with your cheerleaders. And there's Jackson's cycle driver incoming beautiful. And the charismatic Water is down. He's slowly getting up. Jackson in a dungeon lock.
Ring the bell, Alabaster.
No, fuck you, Ryan. Alabaster Hardigan will ring the bell after the match is over.
Picking up the race bar.
And Jackson, a sentimental feet. Oh, Jackson running over the charismatic Water. Despite the ladder counter in the second dozen out. Jackson goes up into Irish Boulevard, and he's looking for a charismatic Water.
This is going to be a long one. 8,000 jeering at the fact that Jackson Moss is wet. The fans are jeering at the fact that you're at ringside. So they're forced to watch you on screen. I'll back up. Okay? The fans don't know shit. Yeah, you heard what I said, you idiots. Watching this dominating left and right. Oh, beautiful by the charismatic water. Talk about satisfactory. If there was a real wrestling bout, Jackson would have won. If there was a real wrestling bout, it wouldn't take place in a cage, Ryan. They would be taking the fight for wages, qualifications, and just cut that shit off. And a beautiful power shot, alley-oop by Jackson. Water slowly gets up to his feet. Jackson's waiting for the judge. Judges counting together. Water into a 100-foot arm. Water leaps up to the rope. Makes a beautiful. Jackson finds how to get out of here. Water goes up into Highway Boulevard Park. Through Data. Beautifully executed by the charismatic Wonder. Water is looking to put Jackson away. He's got 10 now. Yeah, that ain't happening, honey. You know that shit ain't gonna fly. And Jackson Moss is a real star. And Jackson Moss is a wrestling veteran, dumbass. And here it is. Speaking of Jackson Moss, we're ready to see the driver. Beautiful job by Jackson. Jackson takes the Water to get up on his feet. Water up to his feet. There's Jackson with those beautiful dodge and surely the charismatic Water will survey here. Yes, he does. And Alabaster rings the bell as the victor is determined. Here is the victor, Jackson Moss. Hooray! People should be piping the bells in their matches. You know those bells aren't genuine, and we all suck. Jackson Moss secures the victory as we get to our Vixens action. Of course, it's the battle of the boss's guinea pigs. And speaking of guinea pigs, we got... Oh, right. You're putting the guinea pigs in action.
Fuck off, Ryan. But anyways... Look at the 6 Vixen tag action. Juliana Ramirez team with Elisa Moran and Ebony Guzman facing Donnie Gray, who the latter will be teaming with Affability Infestation. Let's ring that motherfucking bell, Ariana Perez. And the fight is on. The Vixens are up. Look at this beautiful structure. The losers was another Donnie. And now it's Juliana. Meanwhile, Ebony is working over Vana. And it looks like Elizabeth Rod is now coming to catch the Bureau. This is Vixen's table. Team Savage secures the victory. It's elimination style, ladies. And the first table is being brought to you by, yes, Elisa Moran, but Donnie Gray. Beautiful under the table, but it got set up for no dog fucker. And now Juliana brings the table into a ring. Ebony Guzman's been thrown. Here's a beautiful drop kick, and now Donnie goes after Ebony Guzman as Elisa Moran joins in. Meanwhile, we got Juliana Ramirez working over Affability Infestation. As Ebony Guzman joins in, Ebony goes into Highway Boulevard. And I can't cross out even nowhere. These veterans made little hesitation. The only person that needs education is you, Sean. Now, Juliana specifically table. Really beautiful power shot and color on Shibata. Meanwhile, outside of the ring, Donnie Gray works over Braga is looking over Elizabeth Rad and Bonner in the corner and Vera's in the ring. And Vera uses the table and look at this beautiful execution.
Whoever secures the table first.
Whoever secures the table first with all 6 victories back in the ring. Juliana in the corner. Now Bonner looking over Unity. Juliana looking over Kennedy. A beautiful face buster by Elisa Barad as now we've got this. Beautiful Juliana. Beautiful by Juliana Ramirez up to Vera Braga. Kennedy back in the ring. Beautifully executed what factors that. Well, we go through the table.
Now what about how loud is that? Now what about what that?
Well, yeah, with a 28 now. Shut up. There's blood all over Elisa Moran. Now, powerbomb coming by Juliana, but a series of strikes by Doherty. Meanwhile, Elisa Moran is working on the bottom. Holy shit. Everything has been eliminated by Vera Braga. With a standard carry. As Doherty goes in behind his Boulevard with a cross body. Now, holy shit. Bonner sets the table outside. There's another advantage powerbomb covered by beautiful. Doherty hits the powerbomb out to Giuliani. Ability of the station has continuously taken turn beating down Elizabeth Ryan.
Followed by that one-sided ball.
Fuck off, Ryan. It's been back and forth.
And the box is getting hands on top of the back.
Go ahead. Now Bonner looking over Juliana Ramirez. Doherty goes in behind his Boulevard. There's blood all over.
Holy shit, there's blood all over Bonner Bras.
You're right. It looks like the Revolution Uprising may turn this around. And Juliana may as well do so with a 100 And Bonner's been eliminated and it's down to a tag team. And look at this, folks. The matches are killing. Doherty Gray works over Elizabeth Ryan. He had blood all over Doherty Gray. Juliana knocks Vera over with the table. And this is beautiful Hurricane Ryan. The numbers are even, folks. Doherty works over Elizabeth Ryan, look at Tigers Boulevard, but I don't know what the fuck was that from Vera Braga. She hit the table, but
the one sat up,
but she missed Juliana Ramirez. So that counts for something. Back to the action. Here's a series beautifully done by Doherty onto Elisa. Now Juliana steps up the team. Oh yes! The great team is play. Doherty is beating up and fucking up. Yes. Juliana with the Gretzky, but now he's got the Gretzky. Look at this. He's got the Gretzky. But Elisa knocks it out of her hand. Here's a firewoman carry. The guys are coming beautiful. And Doherty back in the ring. Juliana back in the ring. Beautiful scoop slam by Elisa Moran off the Doherty. And Juliana turns to set up the table, but to no avail. Yeah, butterfly. Here's a beauty. Look at this. Beautiful. Back and forth, and this is a butt shot. That's happening. There's ball rocket. Ryan the company does need more rookies.
Your veterans are fucking up the promotion.
No, we're not. Shut up. Okay. Is there a trade wreck? Beautiful. Guiding widget. Vera sets up the table. Juliana Ramirez in the win. There's a shooting star by Lisa on to Donnie. And here it comes. Beautiful flatliner. And there's a German. And Juliana Ramirez is there. They're in by Julia Braga. Here's a beautiful inverted Uranagi as Vera got the great test piece. He's got 99 problems, but that 99 problems to match up. The Devil Zero with a Bulldog. Now it's down to Dougherty and Vera Braga facing Selena Moran all down on them. It has been back and forth throughout the entire bout, but now it looks like Infestation Invasion has the manager backwards. Oh, baby, she's got the kendo. Donnie's got the kendo. And she uses the kendo. Oh, she's fucking after the kendo stick. And it looks like Donnie hits the barricade. And there's the pattern by Vera.
Of course, the boss is getting tagged or a downfall.
Beautiful kick by Vera. Vera goes out of the Michigan box to a step play. She's got another. This is exactly why these victories should be the headliners. Now Vera. Senton dive over the ropes by Vonnet. Donnie onto Eliza. Vera attempted a knee to a fucking Eliza Moran. Beautiful kick.
And this is why the boss is getting tagged need more points.
This is why my rookies are the future of the company.
Why are they not? Oh, wait, then the boss is there.
Donnie goes into Highway Boulevard, and I don't know, but Eliza's up in the Highway. No. Eliza's looking up. Beautiful drop kick.
I don't know what the fuck is that from Donnie guys. Legacy Party got the fans.
And look at this. She's got the table. Vera works over Eliza Moran while Donnie Gray, she goes to set up the table. Donnie is hoping that, is there. There's got the best here. Donnie goes into Highway Boulevard, and here it is. Right. Beautiful butterfly rotation. Fuck off, Ryan. That's a very good finisher by the Texas Yacht.
Well, Don on the other hand,
and of course, Eliza is back in the game. And holy fuck, Vera broke the kendo stick onto Eliza Moran. Now, okay, so it looks like the table's set up. And Vera and Donnie are fighting over who gets to set Eliza Moran into the table. But Eliza counters. Holy shit. She's countering on. The numbers are surely not in her favor. Here's your victor as a has been eliminated at Donnie's rank. And Vera Braga won for their team. And shut up, you peasants.
down they go, booing your guinea pigs.
Go to hell. And look at that. The dominance mostly throughout the bout on the part of the heels. And it's a goated bout.
Of course, you get a golden result with multi-people.
And of course, bow. Really? Every time Ryan Osborne is on screen, you would do the jeers and the disses.
Ryan Osborne is a hack, and you know it. If anyone knocks him down, it'll be the referee. And I bet you $100 in Alabaster Hardigan.
Okay, speaking of which, let's start this motherfucking bout. Fatal 4-way, Alabaster Hardigan officiating. Ring the motherfucking bell. Now, Ryan gets knocked down by the apocalyptic torture while the Alpha Tiger will put it in the match. Every man for himself, as all four men are in the ring in Alabaster. And now the Alpha Tiger turns his attention over to the apocalyptic torture while I don't know what the fuck was that from the necromancer. Ryan with a holy shit! I died and kicked out by the necromancer. Ryan drops kick on the Alpha. And the necromancer slowly gets to his feet. Ryan turns his attention over to the necromancer. Meanwhile, the apocalyptic torture knocks over the Alpha Tiger. Ryan with a double axe had all the apocalyptic torturers. Now he's down 2 men.
And a paper on belly.
And the rolling out of the way, Ryan Osborne does with a low elbow from the necromancer. The necromancer continues to work over Ryan Osborne. And of course, over the rope. And Ryan goes over the Michigan box, but unfortunately the apocalyptic torture Alpha Tiger's got the quick shot down. Ryan goes on the barricade.
The spot that was red.
And a traffic code was brought in by the Alpha Tiger.
I don't know what the fuck that's all about. These people need to learn how to pick up their weapons.
And back in the ring, Ryan drops considerably gun on the Alpha Tiger while the necromancer and the apocalyptic torture takes a shot from the Hardigan. Watching all this and what the fuck's going on. Sometimes it's coming back. Now the necromancer and the torture after the time turbophone. Ryan with a tail hog. But Potter with a string of elbows. The Alpha Tiger got 7 years. There's the cover. Alabaster Hardigan. And a kick out by the apocalyptic torture. Alabaster. He is fucking done. Alabaster coming on the Alpha Tiger. And there's blood all over the apocalyptic torture. Trying to kill the necromancer. Alabaster Hardigan is confused as to what the fuck is going on.
And he's a hand-picked referee.
Go thanks. And Alabaster watches. And an elbow countered by the Alpha. Oh, look at this. Alpha Tiger is dominating Ryan Osborne. Wow. Here's a leg drop. Beautifully executed. Alabaster Hardigan enters the ring. And Ryan kicks out. The Alpha Tiger. Near pin, but no avail. But the apocalyptic torture is outside the ring. He's taken. And here's a temporary double team, double choke slam, incoming beautiful by the apocalyptic torture and by Alpha Tiger as Ryan kicks out. He knows so much though. And Ryan, okay, here's a choke slam by the apocalyptic torture. Here's a cover. Here's Alabaster out. No! A kick out by the necromancer as Ryan Osborne gets pounded in the corner, but Ryan fights back against the Alpha Tiger. There's a beautiful leg lock.
And that is counter-wrestling.
And okay, here comes the holy shit. It looks like the necromancer will be sitting for a week because his ass just touched the traffic cone. I thought this was Bloody Apocalypse, not Prison Riot. That's the kind of shit you see, but Ryan Osborne continues. Here's the cover. Is Alabaster? No. And back to the action. The apocalyptic torture
This is ridiculous. Somebody to eliminate Ryan Osborne.
A beautiful execution. Here's the cover. Ryan covers the Alpha Tiger. Side. And the Alpha Tiger kicks out. The apocalyptic torture continues to punish the necromancer, who gets the Alpha Tiger. And look at this, Dragon Slayer. The Alpha Tiger. Will the Tiger submit? The Alpha Tiger submits to the Dragon Slayer from Ryan Osborne. Bang! And okay. Oh, Torch's got Lucille. Ryan's looking over the Apocalypse Charger. He's bunking him up. Ryan goes for the cover. He's out of back to the eye. 5-9. And the Necromancer's got the steps.
I would laugh so hard if we hit all of them so hard against this one.
And he used it on Ryan Osborne. Okay, so the Necromancer up to his feet. Torture broke it up. And here's vertical, beautiful, but Ryan counters.
Imagine what would happen if these kind of stacking each other up.
Hold the shit on the step. Now goes the Necromancer out of the eye. Dive. And a kick out. Ryan goes over the mythical box for a second. He's got the sledgehammer. But Torture knocks him out of his hand. As he coming. And then out of 6 feet to nothing. There's a cover out of the eyes. 5-9. A kick out by Ryan. The Necromancer, beautiful. Back to the skull, and there goes the Necromancer. Ryan counters. Ryan with a vertical suplex. The Necromancer hits the steel. It's Ryan. Oh, he's got the Dragon Slayer locked onto the apocalyptic Torture. And Torture. And Ryan goes over to the Necromancer. He sends the Necromancer into the step. Ryan goes on to the mythical backboard of the step point. He's got the beat, stop sides in action, folks. He's brought the stop side into the ring. And he knocks the steel out of the hand of the Necromancer, and he threw it at the apocalyptic Torture. Mark handled by Ryan Osborne. Someone needs to eliminate him. Someone needs to shut up. It's a beautiful execution of a low blow on the steel. And speaking of low blows, Torture knocks Ryan Osborne out, and he's got the sled. Here's the cover. Here's Alabaster autograph. 5-9. And Ryan gets out. Necromancer up to his feet. He's waiting for it. But look at this. The fight is up. Electric chair. Beautiful by the apocalyptic Torture. He knocks Ryan Osborne back down. He's ready for a choke slam. Choke slam incoming. And here's the cover. Here's Alabaster eyes. 5-9. And Ryan takes out.
Following a choke slam, that was wrecked.
Fuck off. Anyways, back to the action. Ryan Osborne, Dragon Slayer. Here it is. Dragon Slayer will Torture submit here. Yes, he does, and it's down to Ryan Osborne versus the Necromancer. Ryan with it. Oh, look at this. Crossface incoming. And will the Necromancer submit? Absolutely not. Yes, he does. Ryan Osborne secures the win.
What the fuck? That was red.
Bow. Drag Queen Ryan's bitching aside. Here's your victor, Ryan Osborne. He was pretty much back and forth with all three opponents, and he secured the victory by submissions. Ryan stands tall.
Such an amazing bullshit.
And let's get to our fourth bout. We got Mitos. We got Toro. We got the Extreme Grizzly. And we got the, you guessed it, ladies and gentlemen, the Psycho Serpent in Tornadoes action.
These idiots are booing.
Start this motherfucking shit. Now, officiating this bout is Akira Sakamura. Ring that motherfucking bell. Akira Sakamura makes his debut here at Action Sports Entertainment. And look at this. The Connecticut Kingdom are working over the Horse Horror as Extreme Grizzly looks over Tora. Before King Blizzard cuts over to Nita. Meanwhile, he rolls in reverse as Toro being worked over by the Psycho Reptile. And series of fighters will I've died. And here's a counter. I've died. Now Toro is working over the Serpent. Over the rope goes the Extreme Grizzly as Mitos follows. Mitos with a series of odds. He's got the submission locked in. And Toro is working over the Psycho Serpent. Grizzly hits the catch. As Mitos goes to the Irish Boulevard. And he's got the goal like hammer. And down goes the Grizzly. Alabama slam beautifully. No way. Beautiful execution by Toro. Now, Mitos got the slam. But Grizzly knocks it out of his hand. And back in the ring, the Extreme Grizzly tag team partners getting dominated. As the Psycho Reptile gets worked over by Toro. Toro walks over the Psycho Reptile and over the ropes he goes. And Silver Ring over the ring is boxed and holy shit. You get your tables in the next bout and shut the fuck up, you peasant. Now let's get you all right here. Into the bout, and Toro goes into Highway Boulevard. Now Toro is looking to put away. But wait, he realizes he's too far from Grizzly. Meanwhile, Mitos with a power bomb out of a barricade, and up the sky. Ooh, holy shit. And here's the cover and a kick out. That's exactly the way that these people are going to These people know how to do that shit the fuck up. Okay? This is exactly why the bout is in. Now here's the series of battles. Okay, so. And okay, so Mitos says he's partner from whatever the fuck the Extreme Grizzly's doing. And now Mitos looking over the Extreme Grizzly as now, holy shit. Sledge javelin, beautiful by the Psycho Serpent. Here's afterwards going for the eyes. Nice. And it looks like Toro is working over and beautiful. Toro's got the sledge. Now goes Grizzly. Mitos gets for the cover. Eyes 5 rounds. That was a 2 count. Now a guy ran back. Moves by the Serpent. And it is beautiful. Double underhook, here's the cover. Akiro, eyes, 5, drive.
What the fuck was that? He was slow counting on purpose.
But the Psycho Serpent goes to the back. Oh, look at this. Here's the cover. Here's Akiro Sakamura. And a kick out.
That was a bad idea of Akira Sakamura.
Okay, so he's got the Gretzky. We need a real referee to differently fuck us out. And a Superman punch to nowhere. Go look at this. A series of strikes, and look at this. Over the rope goes the Extreme Grizzly. And Toro gets extra, and oh yeah, Mitos got the Gretzky. With a beautifully received. Here's the cover. Here's Akiro entering the ring, but Mitos isn't trying. Here's the cover. Here's Akiro. And kick out by the...
Oh my, look at that. If Akiro Takahata, whatever his last name is, Passing conversation to the fast pass. Oh, fuck you, Ryan. And it looks like he's got the trash can. He's got the trash can. You know, right off those matches belong to the town. You got it. That was not good. Go. Okay. And there it is. Here's the cover. And Toro breaks the count. Toro works on. Look at this Argentine. Beautiful execution. Helicopter driver, but it looks like Grizzly's up to his feet. Grizzly sends Toro into the barricade. Mito sends Grizzly into the turnbuckle. Mito sends everybody to go back to the set play. He's got his chair, and there's blood all over the Extreme Grizzly. The Extreme Grizzly is getting fucked up by the horse of Toro. This is ridiculous. That is right beside me. And it's a not fair back. And there's Lucille as Toro brings Lucille to the ring. He is breaking. Way down. Here's a cover by Mito. Here's Akiro. 5, 3, and the victors in a rag bout. The Horns of Taurus. The Horns of Taurus together. What the fuck is that? Those idiots are pandering. What the fuck kind of a victory cheer is that? They're gonna just ram into the master. These idiots are pathetic. And here are your victors, the Horns of Taurus, said go fuck off, Ryan. Now, holy shit. Before we get to our fifth bout, it looks like somebody is looking to put away the The fans are jeering. Rightfully so. They're cheering, motherfucker. Before we get to our fifth bout, okay. Holy shit. It looks like someone's getting worked over. I wonder how. Ow. And here comes the most recent target at the hands of... Okay, this has gone long enough. Of course. Something tells me. Oh, not you too. And of course, there goes Lara Layton, and there goes Alexia Deaver. And look who the target is. You're right, Jessica Kelly is the target. This is exactly the kind of carnage you would expect to see it out at sports entertainment. But in an unfair advantage. And here it comes. The fuck? And of course, Jessica Kelly, before she gets to her bout, she's getting beaten down by Alexia Deaver, and it looks like Lara Layton is joining in. These rookies are proving once and for all that they belong in the company. And wrestlers like Jessica Kelly and many of the veterans in Attitude Sports Entertainment don't. They're right, because Jessica Kelly is a peasant. Just like Ryan Osborne. Jessica hits the... Okay, so what the fuck? Lara with a series of strikes and she's pummeling. Holy fuck, beautiful. Sunset flip. Are you sure it's not a Panama sunrise? Right, I would never call it a Panama sunrise for as long as I live. Jessica works over Lara, but Alexia is back with it. This is ridiculous. These guys are fucking each other up, and it looks like... Okay. Someone needs to get Jessica Kelly out of the question. Out of the equation.
Ryan, you and I both know out of all people you should know better. Okay? It looks like Jessica's getting damaged. And it looks like the rookies are making sure she doesn't make it in the bout. Come on in, come and fight. Okay. Here comes the Victory personnel. As Gordy Lane and Frankie Welch accompany female security and interviewers. And look at this.
Some pandering when I see it. Oh, come on, leave them alone. They are proper talent.
Ryan, last time I checked, you called them guinea pigs.
They are guinea pigs.
And look at this beautiful execution. Jessica's getting fucked up, and holy shit. I don't know where that chair came from, but
Jessica is never a put up or a put. Look out.
Beautiful execution. And look at this. With a firewoman's carry, I wonder where Lara's going with Jessica.
She ain't going very far, honey.
You're right, because Jessica is working over Lara. Lara. Okay, so there's Alexia Diva rushing over. And here is a beautiful execution.
It's hard to believe that these veterans need a proper. You do not bully the veterans. You are a big, big.
Okay, back to the action, and Ryan's bitching aside. And it looks like Jessica might not make it to the bout. Look at the series of onslaughts. This is a vicious strike waiting to happen as, okay, she's got the shovel.
Of course, Jessica Kelly's going down. Trying to see if the box is getting paid. And the bounty's up.
Ryan, the bounty is not up. These rookies are setting an example.
Yeah, you're in our house. And we're not getting okay.
Jessica fights back, despite the numbers advantage. But look at this. Lara continues a series of strikes on Jessica. Look at this. She sent Jessica over to the parking lot.
Okay, this I will believe.
And there goes personnel searching all over the building. Here's Beth the bouncer. And look at the, oh wow, look at this. Jessica's continuing, but Alexia catches on. Lara.
And some pandering by Lara. Something tells me.
Well, it looks like Jessica's got allies. Okay, so she called allies in.
I wonder who it is. Part of right on for revolutionaries. They are a bunch of pussies. And Max Morgan is an action town.
You're right. But swing, batter. And okay, so Lara. Jessica's down. And holy shit. These rookies are pummeling Jessica.
Okay. So, this is the kind of fight you would expect to see in order to create
the pallets. And look at this. Beautiful execution by Alexia Diva. Alexia up to her feet. She's going to send Jessica away. And, okay.
And a double cage quarter. That's set.
Jessica fights back. And okay, so Lara's back in it. Okay, so the victors are pummeling Jessica.
And this is ridiculous.
The winners of the bout. Ryan, it is a backstage brawl. Okay, there ain't no decisive victors. And of course, what the fuck?
She countered. That's ridiculous. That was an awful display by Jessica Kelly.
Jessica getting, okay, so, had a super kick on Lara, but wait a second, Jessica's continuing getting back at Alexia and Lara for that backstage attack.
Speaking of Lara, she's going behind.
And Jessica, okay, so Jessica got the money to get, oh, she's got super kicks and a super kick. That is an armbar. Jessica's fighting back, and
this is exactly why crooked people do not belong in our country.
and there's Jessica getting worked over by the rookies.
Fifth announcer is probably ordering Bojangles. He's getting a whole lot of...
Okay, Jessica takes her to the pocket. Okay. Jessica sent Alexia Beaver to the parking lot as Lara taunts her. And there's Jessica with a series of, okay, so Jessica's working over. Okay, Lara counters. And Alexia back in it.
And she's laughing at her, sad. And Jessica's sad and laughable. Yep. Why wouldn't she be laughed at? Her entire wrestling career is laughable, to say the least. Without
Jessica with it. Okay, so she's got the... Alright, so she's got the armbar locked in.
that is a horrendous foul.
Okay, so look at this. Holy shit. Beautiful by Lara.
This is awful. Jessica Kelly is still in the action.
It depends on what happens later in the night. Okay, Alexia goes up in the Highness Boulevard, but it looks like Lara is working over Jessica. Jessica, super kick countered by Lara. Beautiful. And a super kick by Jessica as Alexia steps back down. And into a Shining Wizard from Jessica. Blood Shark shirts being sold exclusively at Attitude Sports Entertainment. Look at this beautiful snake bite.
She must learn from the boss because, well, then again, what do you expect? The boss is getting paid, and Alexia Beaver is securing the battle.
And Jessica's down, folks. Jessica's down, and she won't be making it in the bout.
And rightfully so.
Ryan, fuck off. Okay? We might have to turn it into an Envious Diamonds bout. Because Jessica ain't getting in anytime soon. Jessica's down.
of course, the fight is on. All right. What was it again?
And here it is, folks. Wait a second. Jessica's getting replaced. But the question is, who's replacing Jessica in the bout? We're going to have that 5-way bout after all. And here comes Amethyst of Brimstone replacing Jessica Kelly in the bout.
This is downright awful.
And let's get to our fifth bout. And
Kylie Price is in the bout, of course. She would end up being involved, and the boss is getting her heart on because Kylie Price is probably grinding them. And Ryan Osborne secured the victory, and Drag Queen Ryan is constantly crying like a bitch, like he typically does. But anyways, back to the action. That is not crying like a bitch. You and I both know these vixens are going to...
You could go to hell with your intergender bullshit, and Ariana Perez, you ring that motherfucking bell. And the vixens are fighting it out. And, okay, so, we got Greta. And, okay, so, it's Eddie Vixen's bout. He was ambushed earlier.
Oh, you're right. He was that. Oh, I wonder how many more of the rookies are going to have us out battle.
Hopefully. Anyways, the action did. Jessica did it place by Amethyst. Beautiful. Look at this. Now, Greta's outside. Alexi is looking over Amethyst. Leslie Destiny and Kylie Price is fighting it out.
I thought that probably hold up. Gotta be on a 500 and Jessica Kelly in it. She is very top of the mountain. Ryan Osborne and
this is exactly right, Jackie. Holy shit, backbreaker. Beautifully done by Kylie Price onto Amethyst of Brimstone. Now she's looking over Greta. Greta with a series of strikes on Kylie. Kylie said to the ropes and look at this. Kylie Price, beautiful, over. Alexia gets knocked over by Greta. Beautiful. Lexi's down. Well, look at this. Kylie dropped the tables.
yeah, if Kylie wins the bout, it's because she is blowing them out of the bout.
She's Ryan is losing all hat. Beautiful execution. And Greta sets up the table. We're making a first elimination, ladies and gentlemen. Now, she's got Alexia. Alexia counters with a series of elbows. She sent Greta to the table. The foul is Alexia with a taken advantage by Greta on a count. Fair point, but back outside the ring, Lexi Destiny is pummeling both Amethysta and Kylie, and the latter are fighting it out, and Lexi goes over there. Lexi goes with handles to these enemies. As usual. But anyways, Alexia gets back to the action. Beautiful strong fight. Alexia. Greta's up to the face. You're not your fucking tables out. Shut up, peasant. And Greta's punishing Alexia. There's a series of strikes and holy shit. Beautiful. Now the fist is being pummeled by Kylie Price. And I thought Kylie goes up to the highest boulevard. And I don't know what the fuck is that all about, but it all lasts down into nowhere. Now, this is a bridge. Go down to the ring. Meanwhile, following the carry by Alexia. Beautiful face plant out of Britta. She picks up the table. The objective is to eliminate all four of your opponents.
Unfortunate. It's a 5-way. Let's play that. Time battle.
Wide is every victim for herself. Okay. And then big. Beautiful execution.
What the fuck is that? That looks like horrible choreography.
And that looks like Ryan traffic crowd. But Amethyst continues to work over Kylie twice. In the meanwhile, Lexi is over by Britta. Well, Alexia is up to her feet. She grabs the table as she sets it up. After knocking over Kylie twice, that's not over by Britta. Lexi in the corner. Alexia is getting worked over by, okay, now Amethyst is worked. Firewoman carry out to Alexia. Powerbomb coming. And Alexia Beaver is going to eliminate a fight. With a brimstone as she was over Kylie Price. And you're in the back.
Top of the bag.
Yep. What a beautiful roundhouse. And here's a firewoman carry. Beautiful tsunami.
That is not a tsunami. I know what a tsunami looks like. And there's a high school coming back to the basement.
You're right. But anyways, back to the action. Now Greta takes it over to Lexi. She sends Lexi to the table. And Greta is for the suplex on. On the first Lexi and Kylie. Cross body off of Ivory Boulevard out of the table, but now Lexi's been eliminated by Greta. Now it's down to Amethysta, down to Greta, and it's down to Kylie. Springboard blocked it beautifully done by Amethysta Brimstone. She ain't getting any title matches anytime soon, that's for sure.
Why not?
Fuck you, Ryan. And first of all, that is not what happened. And secondly, she is a corporate official.
Yeah.
You see me putting myself in title matches? No.
Yeah, bad heart.
Of course it is, fucker. Kylie is working over Amethysta. Okay, so now, Greta's been knocked over by Kylie Price. Looks like Kylie Price might win this one.
Yeah, of course she will.
And holy shit! And Greta's been eliminated by Kylie and by Amethysta. Here's a firewoman carry by Amethysta. Brimstone, beautiful. Side slam as she exits the ring. Kylie's in it. She goes on to the multiple back for a step away. Got the table. Amethysta, what's it on the building? She'll be in action.
Oh, yeah. Because it's batter and no batter.
What a beautiful roundhouse. Beautiful by Amethysta Brimstone. Amethysta knocked over, but Kylie's up to his feet, and it looks like a foul of the carry. Beautiful execution. And we got a 99 prize because you see it added. The Gretzky and Kylie's up to her feet. Kick on to Amethysta. Kylie Price is taking advantage.
She's walking all over her body.
Yeah, she is. Addison back and forth between Amethysta Brimstone and Kylie Price. Amethysta with a strong kick, beautifully done. Goes with a liberal Babberman. Cross body, beautifully done. And she picks up the table. She goes to grab the table, but Kylie There she goes. You might as well solve it. I'm not probably just she's been broken in half by Kylie Price. Kylie with a trade wreck incoming. Beautiful. And down she got. And Kylie sets up the table. She turns her attention over to Amethyst Brimstone. She is pummeling her and making it a lot easier for her. Far with a carry. Kyle Bobby coming. And Kylie Price is the last victim standing. Oh yeah. Here's your victor, Kylie Price, the last victim standing. Oh boys, the boss is victim. Oh. It's a classic, yeah. If it isn't classic, what Kylie Price is about. Fuck you, Ryan. We all know it's true. And let's get to our three-way. Okay, so it's for the Voodoo Radioactivity Championship. It is First Blood. Actually, it is the Last Blood retaining because it is a three-way. And we got Grendel the Gruul and Caleb Sullivan battling the reigning champion, Shock Blade. Shock has successfully retained his title last week at Travesty. And so, let's start this motherfucking shit. Officiating the match is Akiro. Alabaster Hardigan, ring that motherfucking bell. There's the Japanese guy, the Akiro Kajiriyaraka, or whatever his name is. Shock is working over Caliban, now Grendel knocks him over. It is any man's match. Of course it's any man's match. There's 3 male wrestlers. And we got that Fabio lookalike, Caleb Sullivan. He was, okay, so back to the action. Caleb is working over, okay, he's getting dominated by Shock and by Grendel. Now a vertical suplex from Shock Blade. Grendel works over. A hard right. And okay, counter after counter. Grendel and blink of the eyes, and holy shit. Who's gonna destroy Grendel the Gruul? Well, looks like Caleb's got the stop side. Beat, motherfucker, beat. Got the stop side. Look, Grendel knocks it out of his hands. Shock goes under the mystical. Shock, oh wait, no he doesn't. He sees Grendel up to his feet. And he's pummeling that Grendel, and Grendel is on face. Of course he's on face. Here's another one of the Boston experiments. Imagine having a, okay, crossbody to nothing. And Shock is up. And we've got Shock Blade being thrown over the rope by Grendel the Gruul. And Caleb counters with a double knee, beautifully executed. And that's a countering by Caleb Sullivan. Okay, so beautiful execution. And I don't know what the fuck that's all about. But if I were the two, I would have dominated Grendel. Because Grendel is mostly dominating the crowd. The fact that he's getting pummeled by Caleb Sullivan. And Grendel is looking at the Caleb and he knocks him over his softball blade entrance to ring. He goes over the Mystic and stops for the set point. Oh! Time for some bars because he's got the mic. But it looks like he's got it out of his hand. Here we go. And Grendel and Caleb will run to the mystical box. He's got another. Oh, he's got a trash can move. And the champion knocks it out of his hand. Grendel's got the stop side. Beat, motherfucker, beat. And Grendel uses it as a weapon. Beautiful. Down goes Caleb, stolen it off of the stop sign by Grendel the Gruel. Grendel with his onslaught. Now it looks like he's got a double boogie ball, beautifully done. Solo hand choke slam, beautifully executed by Grendel the Gruel as he turns his attention over to Caleb Sullivan. He sends Caleb into the steps. He's going to send softball blade into the steps. He goes over to the steps and he picks up Caleb. And as I name, there's Grendel. Grendel dominating his opponent. And Shock is back in it. Caleb is back in it. And it's mostly one-sided because Grendel's doing most of the work.
Of course he is. He is the boss's experiment and a complete monster. This guy is a freak. He is horrible and you know it.
And Grendel sends him into the corner. And Caleb set into the okay. So Grendel's back up. They now are back to Hardiman's watching on. But Caleb went to his feet. Anyways, the fight is on and it looks like all three men are fighting each other. And Mike, hold on a second. Oh, baby, he's got the flourish of bow. Blinded by the knife from Grendel the Gruel. Now the biggest obstacle is Grendel the Gruel, and they got to get rid of him if they're going to keep the match going. Grendel's basically no selling the shit. Of course he is.
He is a monster. He's a boss's freak. And he is horrible.
And he's got the stop sign.
And he's got the stop sign.
And down goes Shock, but no blood yet. Down goes Caleb, but no blood yet. And Grendel the Gruel is up to his evil ways back in the ring. And holy shit. Caleb with a reverse DDT. And a Uranagi beautifully done by Shock. Shock throws Grendel over into the corner. And look at this. Beautiful execution. Beautiful by Softball Blade.
Oh, look.
And a knee to the skull of Caleb Sullivan. And this is for the Voodoo Championship.
Of course it is. Because Voodoo Championships are typically defended in gimmick matches. Which is played the Battle Barway last night.
He didn't get it back with this. Blood all over. Holy shit. Grendel with the javelin and he knocks the blood out of the... Okay, so he's got Caleb with the hard leg. There's going to be a new champion tonight, folks. He's looking to put Caleb away. Boogie bomb, down he goes. Beautifully executed. And we got ourselves a roll it out. Beautiful. And here's your new champion, Grendel the Gruel.
That beast is a monster. He is horrible and he stands tall.
And your victor, Grendel. And it looks like we got ourselves a real competition. Grendel the Gruel stands tall as the new Voodoo champion.
Okay, so what's this I'm hearing about?
Next bout.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Max Morgan is getting his ass eaten on 4K.
It is a four-way, but yeah, Max Morgan is in action. Facing Kyrian, facing Apocalyptic Torture's tag team partner, the Blabbout Mauler, looking to avenge a win for his tag partner. And we got the Phantom Nightmare. And again, ladies and gentlemen, the match is going. Let's start this motherfucking bout. Akira Sakamura starts the bout. Ring that motherfucking bell. Max Morgan looks over the Apocalypse and Torture while the attackers until the key is severing. And it's a fatal four-way. And it's to determine who's going to be facing Toro at Devastation Zero for the Bloodlust Championship.
There's an Israel title bout.
Well, of course it is. But we got the fighter. It's any man's match, ladies and gentlemen. The variety of our bouts of gimmick, and we got this right there. It's Gimmick Week, ladies and gentlemen.
Speaking of gimmicks, what about the Brutal Championship? Oh, wow.
It's better every show, motherfuckers. And back up, jumping, big stop, slide down his back. Now, Marlon is over to make a box for a stuff where he's got the chair. Max Morgan knocked it out of his hands. And holy shit. Max Morgan continues with a series of strikes, and it looks like
these guys are hard.
and down goes Marlon with a tail shot by Tyrion. But wait a second. Max Morgan is looking over the Phantom Nightmare. Got that chair. Max goes in the middle of Avenue. Waiting for Q to get up on his... And, holy shit, Phantom counter. Tyrion back to work on to the Great Out Mauler. Max Morgan is down. And Phantom goes over the base of the back for a set point. And it looks like Mike. He's got the microphone, folks. There's going to be some beats tonight. The Tyrion up and out of his head. Max Morgan introduces you to it. And it's a fuck fest, ladies and gentlemen. All 5 men are outside the ring. Alabaster Hardigan
Tustin. He's in the ring.
and Akira Sakamura is watching on. Now Akira Sakamura is watching Max Morgan exit the ring as Mahler's back to his feet. And Tyrion is working over, putting the... Oh, he's got the step. And a beautiful bulldog by Mahler. Mahler turns his attention over to Tyrion's sibling. And a beautiful bear hug slam. And he works over the bathtub. Bathtub eats the boot. Max Morgan grabs the other sticks. And Tyrion got the steal. And Tyrion down by Max. Mahler's got the ball, but Max knocks him over with the steps.
This is a bloodline, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are hard individuals.
Back to the fight, and you're going to hell with that shit, too. Underneath the box. Oh, he's got the chair. There's going to be a lot of weapons. Stop sign. Floors and bombs. Steps. Chairs. Lucille. The mic. And Max Morgan hits stuff. And it's blow all over Max Morgan. As he hits the barricade. It's down to Phantom. It's down to Mahler. And it's down to Tyrion. Who's going to be facing Toro at Devastation Zero?
This is exactly the wild class that people should be answering. I'm gonna be back to a call-out.
And Mahler just worked over it. And holy shit. Tyrion back in the ring as Mahler is back up to his feet. Mahler's got the crash pad rig. Just Phantom knocks it out of his arm.
That's a pattern, my friend.
And there's some paddling by Tyrion Severick. And a beautiful anaconda, beautifully done by the Tyrion Severick. As Mahler is back in the ring. Mahler is looking to avenge his tag. The powerbomb incoming, powerbomb, jackknife.
And a nice hit. Mahler to his feet. He is standing. Face plant. Beautifully done by Mahler onto the Phantom. You're talking about a Phantom? I call it a witch doctor. You're right. He is a witch doctor. Imperium's back in the ring. As Mahler, okay, here it comes. Holy shit, his foot hit the step. And Phantom exits the ring. Phantom with a boot to the skull and there's some pattering. More pattering from these idiots. That's ridiculous. And holy shit, Akira Sakamura is getting in the way. And there's Mahler hit. Beat. Crash course. And there it is. Beautiful German. And a crash course and counter. You're right. Mahler is back up to his feet and Kyrian is waiting for Phantom to raise up. Here's Kyrian. And there's blood all over Phantom. But now it's down to Kyrian and it's down to the blab out Mahler. Look at this. The victor is going to be facing Toro at Devastation 0. Kyrian goes into Highway Boulevard and he's going for it. Cross body. And a perfect execution. Coming out all over the flat. And she waits to get to her feet. And holy fuck. Beautiful anaconda. And we got ourselves a bout. Akira Sakamura is watching. And he is waiting for a perfect opportunity. Now, Kyrian goes out of his ring. Which weapon is he going for? He's got the flawless of bones. And blinded by the light, here's the bled out Mahler. That is the blood type of bat, you would say. And a drop kick is coming. Holy shit. And countered by Mahler. Mahler is working over Curious Severus. They dive onto the top rope. There's Mahler with a series of strikes. Stomping on the hands. Mahler continues a series of onslaughts and he's fucking up the Curious Severus. He is cranking to make a Curious Severus and it looks like he's got himself a real show. He's putting up that power. And a barrel slam. Beautiful job by the slam out Mahler. Mahler is up to his feet. He grabs the chair. He might take it off. He throws at a Curious Severus. He picks up the chair. And he hits Kyrian with the execution. This is exactly that. A bad way to stay. Mahler's got in the crowd, and it looks like he's waiting for Kyrian to slowly get to his feet. But, wait a second. He's destroyed Kyrian Severus, but Kyrian's back to his feet. Kyrian with a series of strikes. Beautiful powerbomb execution. Kyrian goes out of the ring. He goes over and grabs the Mike. He's got the Mike. And there's the Mike check right to the eyes of Blababala. And Kyrian picks up Blababala. And here it is. Beautiful. Elbow press. Beautifully executed it. Mahler with his feet. And a solid fight. Looking to rip off of his mask. This is a half get it. And unfortunately, it's no submission, but Kyrian might have the upper hand here. Well, Carthy does. The bottle is out of the way. Mike. Okay, steady stuff the microphone, and
The trash can has been introduced. And there's blood. And your victor. And the man who will be facing Toro at Devastation Zero for the Bloodlust Championship, Kyrian Severin. Kyrian stands tall.
Kyrian is a freak on the left.
And the victor stands sinister. Wait a second. Of course. Now Frankie Welch is a target. It is a gridiron match, and of course, we got ourselves another... Oh, great, not this again. Oh, this is outrageous. The Vixens are working over Frankie Welch now.
Of course, here comes Frankie Welch.
Great, and the Vixens are making an example out of the veterans as Frankie Welch is next. First it's Jessica Kelly, and now this. This is exactly the kind of bout you would expect. But of course, Alexia Deaver is looking to return the favor after Lara Layton ambushed Jessica Kelly earlier alongside her. This is gonna be a long blood bout. And the Vixen are on the catwalk.
Meow, motherfucker.
Okay, so Frankie is looking to set. Okay, so these Vixens are on the catwalk. It's about time we see variety here.
Alright. There's gonna be some shocking action.
Frankie Welch is down, and it looks like she's getting pummeled by Alexia Deaver. Holy shit. Off of High Risk Boulevard. Beautiful fight. Alexia Deaver.
This is exactly why the fans are... Okay.
This is exactly the reason why we mandate these things. These Vixens are taking it too far with our veterans. And a hard kick. We got ourselves a real one.
And of course, the guys have a real back.
And of course, there goes Biff the Bouncer. Where the fuck have you been?
He's probably eating some Bojangles. Motherfucking Bojangles, Beth. You better give me a Bowberry Shake medium. And while you're out there, I would like a mimosa drop on a shot.
Mimosa drop on a shot, right? What are you fucking queer?
Fuck you. Okay. There is nothing wrong with a wrestle shot.
No, but okay, Frankie is working to pummel the two Vixens.
And of course, the water work highly nice when we do it.
And Frankie is, okay, giving the receipt to Alexia, and of course the fans are cheering.
The fans are bandwagoning, of course, as usual. Because they're pathetic, they're sorry-ass, trash excuse wrestlers.
Now, Frankie is working over Alexia, but how about incoming? Beautiful by Frankie Welch. She's looking to punish both Alexia and Lara for that assault earlier.
And of course, a hard right.
It's a hard right knock, motherfucker. Crash course. And the fans are booing. And the series of onslaughts, beautiful. And Alexia's got the shovel. If Frankie Welch goes down, she'll be replacing the cage match like Jessica Kelly did for the tables earlier when these two ambushed them. This is...
And of course, the fans are jealous. Pays the respect from rookies high.
Bull Vixens. Beautiful. These two are fucking her up. And holy shit. Here's an armbar, great for all seasons.
An armbar right for all seasons. Yeah, that sounds about right, honey. These people need to learn how to read.
And Alexia Deaver is working over Frankie Welch. And this is a vicious strike. Onslaught, beautiful. Alexia Deaver is working to put over absolutely nobody. Holy shit, she's using the table. And there's blood all over Frankie Welch. Totally with Lara Lakey. And that chair shot. And these two are pummeling Frankie.
And of course, the rookies retain.
You wouldn't say that, Ryan, because Frankie might get back into it.
And why they're involved is beyond that.
Why they're involved is because, okay, so anyways, holy shit. My veterans are being punished by the getting pants. The boss's getting pants are punishing the veterans. This is off the wall, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, these two are pummeling the vets. There's how about it coming by Alexia Deaver. Where's she taking Frankie? Holy shit. She might have plans.
Now we're going far, honey.
You're right. Wait a second. There might be a possibility.
That would have been close.
And of course, Frankie is attempting to push. Holy shit, Alexia went to the table. And, okay. Beautiful execution. Lara, snake bite incoming.
She learned from the boss to fuck with the masses.
You're damn right she learned from the boss. And she's fucking her with a traffic cone. And the vicious onslaught continues. This is madness, folks. Jessica Kelly's down, and now Frankie Welch is out. Lara will be facing a brand new opponent. Okay, so officiating the bout as usual. Ariana Perez. And holy shit, here comes Angel Quinn, and it looks like Angel has been named as Frankie's replacement in the Gridiron. Now the Gridiron matches, submissions only.
Of course, we're gonna put one of Psychotic in there.
Angel Quinn, Lara Layton one-on-one in the steel cage, replacing Frankie Welch, who was ambushed earlier, well, a moment ago, by Lara and Alexia Deaver. This is exactly the kind of main event we're expecting. Angel, Lara, one-on-one, main event. Let's start this motherfucking bout. And Ariana Perez officiating. You ring that motherfucking bell. And the victories are Angel overpowering.
So, I'm telling you, the boss and the Vixens and Angel Quinn, and okay, so I don't know why she's in the match.
Need I remind you, she's covering for Flaky, who was ambushed earlier. Just like Emma Fisher was covering the Jesse Kelly.
Her shut down the happening.
Fuck off, Ryan. Lara's looking over Angel.
It's the Guinea Pig versus Angel Quinn. Yeah, that's having all right. I don't know what the fuck these idiots see in Angel Quinn. But alright. I remember now. One of the bosses called. Run the cup. It's off. After top the poor left.
Ryan is Danny Vick's back. You know it.
You and I both know that is not true.
You and I both know it's true now. Shut up. And Angel pretty much covered on four. Okay, so it's back and forth.
That's one-sided.
No, it's not. Fuck you. Okay. Lara. Oh, look at this beautiful execution by Lara Layton on Angel Quinn.
Angel should be facing people around her.
Shut up, Ryan. Nobody's in the midst of your nonsense. And we're getting the Vixens choke it out. The Vixens are hobbling each other. Lara goes into High-Risk Boulevard, and we were waiting for Angel to get up on her feet. Drop kick, beautifully done by Lara.
This is exactly the kind of match you would see.
Beautiful. That's athleticism. And a hard right, motherfucker, hard right.
I can never understand why these people look at it.
And Angel up to her feet. Angel countered, but now she's working over Lara. Lara over Keller, and down she goes.
This is exactly the kind of match you would expect out of the Cause Entertainment. It's down your drugs and alcohol and whatever else.
Beautiful slice bread by Angel. Angel. What is that? Single leg Boston. Will Lara submit? She doesn't. Because Lara breaks the hole.
Step it over was on.
Now Lara sends Angel to the corner. And down goes Angel, face first. As Lara walks all over her.
I want to see touch the high fight. Right in the box, the score, classic.
And OJ Cycle's rival, beautifully done.
And that's right over you.
No, it's not. Fuck you. Okay. Lara with a okay, Angel got the single leg Boston. Will Lara submit this time? No, she doesn't, and the reason is because Angel breaks the hold, and she's waiting for Lara to get up on her feet. Cycle driver incoming. Beautiful by Angel Quinn. Angel looking to put Lara away. And she's got that third lock. Foul. Heck, fuck off, Lion. And Angel goes up into high-risk boulevard, and she's got the target up, and Lara was out of the way. Lara works over Angel Quinn. Angel counters, but Lara sends her to the corner. Miracle Whip. She turns to Angel. Got a spear, but countered by Angel. Beautiful by Angel Quinn. Counter after counter. And Lara counters the drop kick attack. Lara's up to her feet. She's working over Angel. Oh, beautiful athleticism. Okay, this is... That content brought to you by nothing. It's been sponsored by nothing, Ryan. No sponsorships to go to hell. Oh, wow, look at that beautiful execution by Lara Layton. Despite ambushing a couple of veterans, well, a veteran at least. Beautiful smash on the high-risk boulevard. Angel's down. There's Lara. Lara, beautiful. And Lara gets that. Oh, wow, she's got the headlock. Will Angel submit? No, it's not as effective as you may expect. Because Angel overpowers Lara. Down goes Lara. Angel, beautiful nice grab. And here it is. Angel Ray Boston. Okay, so Lara counters beautifully executed. Lara, beautiful. There's five. Yep. Down goes Angel. She is pulling her opponent away. Here it is. And she's raking the eyes. And she's letting on the hold. Page's only submission that Angel counters. Angel goes back up into high-risk boulevard. She waits for Lara to get up on her feet. She's going drop kick. Surely Lara will submit this time, but Angel measures her opponent. Cycle driver, beautiful. Cycle driver by Angel Quinn. Talk about pandering. These idiots are bandwagoning. Fuck off, Ryan. But anyway, got the one-leg Boston, the half Boston. And she applies the pressure. But Lara's down. And okay, so Angel's looking over Lara. The fans are bowing at Michael Sack. The fans are booing because their heels now shutting. Okay. Now Angel's looking over Lara Layton. Lara. Angel up into the middle of battle. Lara up to her feet as she kicks Angel. Holy shit, beautiful. She's waiting for Angel to get up on her feet. She takes advantage of the injured leg. Another snake bite. Down goes Angel. And here it is. She's got the grip. Will Angel submit here? No, she doesn't because Lara lets go. Angel back to the offense. Cycle driver incoming. And a one-leg Boston. A split Boston incoming. Here's a split Boston. Beautifully done by Angel. And she's locking in. Will Lara submit now? The answer is yes, she does. Here's your victory by submission, which is the only way you're winning a cage battle out for Angel Quinn. She stands tall, and these idiots are booing.
Of course they are. They're bowing greatness.
Riot, the only greatness you see is, okay, Angel secures the win. Here's your victor.
And a horrible bout.
And a horrible fuck you. Okay?
And of course, they're doing it on purpose, ladies and gentlemen. The boss's vixens are about to get a little showcase.
And we're going to, holy shit, it looks like there is Wrecking Arizona. Okay, hold on a second. Well, it looks like the Charismatic Wonder and Jackson Marsh are taking the fight in the back of the Home Depot. We're getting this entire thing. There's no love lost between these two. There's the blood, folks. And those two are fighting it out. Looking ahead into Devastation Zero.
This is exactly why the fans are booing. They're pathetic. You would know that.
Alright, back to the action. Okay, so they're in the back of the Lowe's parking lot. Okay. You know, I get a lot of opportunities. And Ryan, what the fuck are you drinking?
I am drinking some Everest.
Ryan, you and I both know the water is tainted.
And it's water.
That is alcohol, you schmuck. That is alcohol, you schmuck.
And the fight is in. Okay, so they two are fucking each other, right? You know, this is actually pretty good. We're getting...
Oh, the trash can's been busted, bented to hell and back. And it's still standing. The trash can might be the MVP of this brawl.
What the fuck? What's going on here? Somebody say Jackson Marsh.
No, fuck you, Ryan. If anything, these two should fight each other out in the parking lot. Ed Water takes the elevator up in the catwalk, and Jackson follows, taking the ladder up to the catwalk. And this is exactly what Attitude Sports Entertainment is all about. This guy's gonna fight, and those idiots are pandering as always. Monkey flip, beautiful by Jackson. Look at the fight. And the personnel are scrambling all over the building. They're in the back of a parking lot.
Yeah,
The Walmart parking lot. It's not a Walmart parking lot, Ryan. It is a hardware store, you know it.
yeah. Ace Hardware. You and I know it.
You're not wrong. There are buildings in there. It's okay. So anyways, back to the fight. Water and Jackson are taking the fight to the backstage area. They're fucking each other up. Okay, so I think Water's got plans.
Of course he does. It's called getting the guy beating the butt.
It's any man's back, motherfucker. But anyways, there's Water.
Out of America. Oh, crap. This is exactly why our shows are better than the competition. What competition? Exactly. Speaking of competition, we're going to turn our attention back to the competition backstage. Water and Jackson Marsh fucking each other up. Beautiful face plant on Jackson Marsh. Imagine them going into the security office and fucking with some documents. You're right. He does bet the bouncer stuck in his job. Letting children in to get killed. Well, you're not wrong. But one of the beautiful busted open, these two are fighting it out. And there is no love lost and there is no blood lost between these two.
Oh yeah, look at the pattern on the Carolina Guana. I wonder if Jackson Marsh going to get the five signature.
I think he's got other plans, actually. You see,
Warner lands on the catwalk. Warner slips down and shuts the Masters up. Wasn't forever, and this is exactly why.
and of course we got ourselves
Oh, the guy signed a break.
How about it covered by Jackson? Look at this. I think Jackson is going to send the charismatic Wonder. Holy fuck. Off High Risk Boulevard. That's exactly the top of the aspect.
Where are all the good brawls when you go into somebody's house?
And Jackson looks like he's crippled the charismatic Wonder. And such an average brawl. But then again, the brawls are not meant to be rated anyways. Let's get to our closer. Now, if you want more content such as this and many others, then by all means feel free to follow below and subscribe on YouTube when the video gets posted. Hit the notification bell to keep up to date with brand new content each week. And until we meet again, this is Joey Leroy.
This is Dracula Ryan.
Saying to the masses, Bonoids, we will be seeing you motherfuckers here on the other side.
Bye, honey.
Bye-bye, motherfuckers.